Good morning, 6th grade. Okay, it is Tuesday, December 1st. And you know what? On your papers, I just realized this too, and I just did a 5th grade video. I put November on everything, like November 1st, November 2nd, November 3rd. It should be December, so if you guys would fix those dates for me. I wasn't ready for it to be December yet. So, today, you should pick up a folder that looks like this or get a folder that looks like this. It'll have your name and it'll have math and science and some instructions here. You have 2 of these folders. So, all of your assignments are in here. They'll be on the right hand side. Okay, and we're going to go over those here in just a minute. Something that you need to know. Every assignment that's in here, you need to make sure that you write your name on each individual assignment for me, because when I pull them out of these folders, I'm not going to be looking at who wrote their name, those types of things. I'm going to be putting them in piles, and so if you don't write your name, you're going to be one of those no names with a 0. The next thing, you have 2 packets. You have a folder for Miss Lewis and you have a folder for Miss Pennell. Make sure that you keep all of the math and science stuff in your math and science folder. The reason being is because we have to go through all of this stuff, and so, for example, if you put one of Miss Pennell's papers in mine, I might not get it to her on time, or it has a greater ability to get lost, or chance to get lost. And so make sure that you keep all of your math and science in here and all of Miss Pennell's reading and stuff in there, and you get your names on your papers. Okay? Next week when you bring your stuff back, you'll put it back in this folder, you'll turn in this folder, and you'll pick up another folder that looks identical to it, and then we'll just keep rotating these folders. Okay? So, folders this side. 6th grade math notes. Okay, we're going to go over your math assignments for the week first. The first one I want to go over is your daily review. So notice today you have the first one, and it should be December, and I apologize for that. You can tell where my brain is, or was, when I was doing this. I meant well. Okay, so it's December 1st. The first one is multiplying whole numbers by powers of 10. This one is place value. Okay, this table shows the thickness of 4 kinds of paper. So here's your thickness, and it says which lists the kinds of paper in order from thinnest to thickest. Number 4, complete the boxes in the decimal grid below. You have 345 thousandths all the way to 348 thousandths, so you've got to fill in these 2 boxes. Number 5 says to write the number in expanded form using exponents. So you've got this all the way across. You've got 2,036,017. So the first one, and it says using exponents, remember the first one is that 2. 2 times 10 to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th power plus, and you take into account the 3, the 6, the 1, the 7th, and remember you don't have to do anything with those zeros because 0 times anything is 0. Okay? Number 6 is the same thing except for it's just in expanded form. Notice there's a decimal here. So you take their places, so it would be blank times 10 plus, and you keep going. Remember, these will be in fraction form, not in decimal form. Okay, so it would be like times 1/10, times 1/100th, times 1/1000th, and so on and so forth. Number 7 says order the numbers from greatest to least. You guys can do that. Remember the vertical alignment to stack them. And then this one says round 13 and 467 thousandths to the nearest hundredth. Okay, so that is for today, Tuesday, December 1st. While we're on this, we're going to go over the 2-2, which is for December 3rd. So number 1, it says at a clothing store, Kayla finds 2 sweaters that she likes. A V-neck for $20.75, a crew neck for $34.95. So she wants to know if she has enough money to buy both sweaters. Since $34.95 is about $35, she adds $20.75 and $35 mentally and gets $55.75. So she's compensating. How should Kayla compensate to get the exact sum of the 2 prices? So what should she do now that she has this amount? What would be the exact amount? What should she do? Should she subtract 5 cents, add 5 cents, subtract $35, or add $10? Okay? Number 2, which number is 100 times as great as 5 thousandths? Multiplying decimals by powers of 10. Number 3, it says which statement is not true. Select all that applies, so there's more than one. Remember, this is a less than, greater than, equal to, less than, equal to. Okay? Number 4, Antonio draws a square, meaning all sides are congruent, that has a side length of 13 centimeters. What is the perimeter of Antonio's square? Remember, use your notes. It says to write an equation to show your work and then give the answer. Make sure you put the labels. Number 5, expanded form, just like the front side. Expanded form by place, whole number, fraction form, because it is a decimal. It says which of the following numbers is the greatest? And number 7 says what is the value of the underlined digit? So remember, like this one, there's a decimal there, so don't get confused with that. So like this one right here in the hundreds place would be have a value of 100. So you would write 100. It's looking at the 3 here, and so you take the place and you're going to write its value. Okay? So that's that for this week. Your first math assignment for the week, and notice I put November 1st. I'm telling you guys, Miss Lewis was going crazy. Alright, so Tuesday, December 1st, make sure that you email me your completion code, okay? We'll talk about that here in a minute. Your link, type it in the address bar at the very, very top of your computer, not in Google, it won't bring it up. It would be bit.ly/2 capital F, lowercase n, lowercase t, capital M, lowercase v, lowercase x. And it will bring up this escape room for order of operations. Now, I will tell you, I'm throwing something at you. We've done order of operations and we've done integers. There's going to be integers involved here. So you're going to want to take your notes. Look, I turned right to integers. How lucky was that? Okay. Okay, you're going to need this set of notes for some assignments this week. This will help you with that one about perimeter. This will too. You're going to need this set of notes here, so if I were you, I might earmark this page or put a sticky note or something. You're going to need this set of notes and this set of notes. And then you're going to need this set of notes here. Okay, so they're all right here stacked together. So you'll need all those sets of notes. So I'm going to put it on order of operations for now. So you guys know how to do this escape room. Remember, you have the letters. So you solve this order by order of operations. You get your answer A, B, C, or D. You have 4 levels of that, or 4 questions of that level, and then you have to attach your A to your number and so on and so forth. A is just that. Remember, then you have to tear this one out, cut it out. All your letters have to be right side up. Remember, right side up. Okay. And then you have a maze. But at the very back, and this is what you'll turn in to me, you won't turn in the whole packet. I don't need the whole packet. You have your, and this is December. Okay, you have your answer document. This is what you're going to return to me next week. The rest of the packet can be thrown away. So level 1, remember you get A, B, C, or D, and then you put the digit that corresponds with that. You'll have to enter this digit code to get out of level 1 and go to level 2. Remember, they all have to be right side up. And then you'll enter them this letter, this letter, this letter, this letter, this letter, this one, this one, this one, this one, to get past level 2, level 3. Remember, you'll start at the starting point, which is usually A, and then you'll show me just the path of letters that you go on. I don't want all the letters, okay? And so then, when you enter this, where you escaped, it gives you guys a 4-digit code that you have to put here. When you get this code to show me that you escaped, I need you to email this to me by the end of day today, which is Tuesday, okay? So there's that one. That's your escape room for today. Make sure that you write your agenda every day. The next one, which is for Wednesday, I at least got the right days on there. I just didn't get the right date. This is a clue game, and it's Who Killed Mr. Operate? You got your name and the date. I didn't know if you guys would see that, so I put your name up there too. So somewhere on this paper, get your name. So the instructions: someone has murdered Mr. Operate. Find out who by matching each expression with its value. When you find a match, check off the box to rule out one of the people, places, or objects. When you have one left in each category, you have figured out who killed Mr. Operate, what they killed him with, and where they killed him. And then you'll write your solution over here. Okay? So you have all of these. You have your what. You have to solve them. Okay? Remember, the dot means to multiply. Notice there's positives and negatives and all sorts of stuff, so keep it straight. Be very, very careful. Okay? You've got your where. More wheres, more whos, and notice in the right-hand corner there's a letter that goes with each of them, so it's talking about the letter. So you'd put the letter there and you'd mark it off. Go on with that, okay? And so then you put your solution here. I want you guys to go ahead and turn in this entire packet. The reason being is because if it's not a good grade, you guys might get to redo this one. So turn in this entire packet, okay? And the last thing that you'll do, which is on Thursday, December 3rd, not November, is it says cut the strips apart on the next page. With the start with the start strip and solve the problem. Find the answer to the first strip and place it below. Solve the second problem and continue the process until the end. And you have to glue these on right here, guys. So notice you'll cut all these apart. And you'll start with this strip. Whatever answer you get, you'll go with that next. So whatever answer that is, if it's negative 55, you'd start with this one next, or you'd put this one next in the pasting order and go from there. Don't paste these down, guys, until you get finished. So mark this as like number 1 and then find the answer and mark that as number 2. That way, if you come down to the end and it's wrong, you can go back and resolve and make sure that it's correct. Okay? So all self-checking. That is all you have for math this week. There will be no extra notes. You guys needed a little more practice with order of operations, and we needed to throw some integers in there with it. Now that we're done talking about math, let's talk a little bit about your science assignments for the week. You are going to need these bad boys, okay? Your science notes, and you're going to need to be on the potential and kinetic energy. Those of you who have not done what you were told in sending me pictures of your notes being completed and then sending me in that email saying number 1 is this, number 2 is this, number 3 is this, number 4 is this. Those of you that haven't done that, some of you got to do it in class and I graded it in class. If you haven't done that, you need to do that for me today. That way I can get it in the grade book. Otherwise it's going to go in the grade book as a 0. Okay? So, that being said, we'll talk about your assignments. So your first assignment is an interactivity for today, and it's racing for kinetic energy. And even on your agenda I wrote, remember, kinetic energy equals 1/2 times the mass times the speed. Okay, it's right here in your notes to calculate kinetic energy. You're going to need to do that. Guys, you need to make sure that you read the instructions. So on those pages, the instructions will be at the top and you'll have to pull them down. You'll click on them and pull them down and read the instructions for each page as the instructions pop up. Pay really, 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 really close attention. Okay? Tomorrow you have an interactivity. It's roller coasters and potential energy. Now, there is a roller coaster deal that you have to do, and you have to say how much potential energy is at each spot. I will tell you, if they are at the same level, they're going to have the same amount of potential energy. Okay? So like if it's at the very, very top, it has the most potential energy, and then it goes down from there. Okay? If it's at the very bottom, it has the least amount of potential energy. And then Thursday, you guys have a quiz over kinetic and potential energy. You're going to need this bad boy right here for that quiz. You're going to need your information on gravitational potential energy, mostly this right here. Okay? And I will tell you, there's actually some answers to your quiz questions in these notes. I might have pulled them straight from the quiz when I gave you the notes. Just saying. So make sure you have those with you and completed. Okay? So, guys, that is it for the week. Make sure you're doing your stuff. Make sure you're doing your job, checking your email. You're logging into Wisdom every single day, and you have to spend at least a minute there. So I would suggest every single day go in there and click on math, reading, science, those types of things, and write your agenda down for the day. And start off your day with that, and then go and use that as a checklist that you've completed everything that you need to complete for the day. The next thing, my Monday, Wednesday group. We will have a Zoom call tomorrow, Wednesday, and I will send a email through student email for that. And for my Tuesday, Thursday group, you guys will get an email for that, and yours will be on Thursday this week. Next week, we'll do them on Mondays and Tuesdays, okay? So, I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and I will be talking to you tomorrow or the next day.